Well, look, one of the biggest, I think, misconceptions that a lot of folks like Governor DeSantis and others who rail against quote unquote lockdowns is that a lot of other states were a lot more open than he wanted to claim. Those states had mask mandates and things like this. But I guess let's start with this. The question's going to be Ron DeSantis versus Gavin Newsom, Florida versus California. And Kerry, I know you've been looking at this in terms of who got it right. What's the answer?
Well, when you do the compare and contrast of the tale of two states, let's once again show the difference of the Republican governor in Florida and the Democratic governor in California with what the restrictions were. In Florida, no mask mandate. As you noted, in California, mask mandate. Restaurants, Florida, no restrictions. California, capacity restrictions. And then let's look at the two Disneys. In Florida, Disney World, open.
Right.
In fact, next week during spring break, already sold out. In California, it is still shut down. So if you want to look at the numbers on a per capita basis, you can see it's almost the same in terms of COVID infections. We have in Florida 1 out of 10.97 people who had coronavirus, 1 out of 10.93 who had it in California. But there's another way to look at it. The LA Times looked at it and said, if California had had Florida's version of very relaxed restrictions, basically no restrictions, then an additional 6,000 people in the state would have died. But if you reverse it around and Florida had been under California's tight restrictions, 3,000 fewer people would have died. We put this question about the numbers to a non-political person in the medical community, Dr. Aileen Marty. This is what she had to say.
If you just look at the actual numbers, that you cannot make the case that we are better than California. Unfortunately not.
But the governor's been doing that. He's been saying Florida did it right, didn't shut down. California, other states shut down, and look at the success in Florida. But you're saying the numbers say something else.
I'm just giving you the raw numbers as they are. These are the values from the Center for Disease Control, and you're looking at twice our population, but not twice the confirmed cases and not twice the confirmed deaths, and a lower testing positivity. So
in a lower testing positivity.
Those are just the numbers. Those are the real numbers.
So this has been a public health debate, but also a political debate. And Chuck, you know it best. So much of the political debate has been over the economy, where shutdowns were a huge economic crushing situation and political decisions were made.
But Kerry, I think there's one other thing I'd introduce into this comparison. The major metro areas in Florida did try to have tougher standards than the governor wanted, whether it was in Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, Broward, Orange County. How would that have factored into this comparison?
Well, that's because there were so many variables. Yes, you are correct. I'm in Broward County right now, and, I see people walking here without masks, but, there's still suggestions to wear masks here. But just this week, the governor of Florida has said that the counties like Broward that held businesses responsible and fined them for breaking the local rules, that those fines will never be collected. The state has ruled there will be no fines. And even though the counties gave them fines, they don't have to pay them. It's free and clear. And as you know, some people just ignored the county rules and moved forward, even though there were inspectors and police who came in and said you couldn't do it. So, a lot of variables. But when we compare state to state, it's kind of interesting to see that there are two ways to look at it, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank all of you out there.
Thank you as always.
Thanks to at home.
Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for letting us into your homes during these extraordinary times.